talk about the Vikings and say Kirk Cousins is excellent. It's okay. Jamie in the earlier show made a compelling case that Justin Jefferson should be considered for MVP, and I respect it. Peter King, who I respect and read every week, listed 10 players that he would vote for MVP. Cousins' name nowhere on the list. I get very opinionated about Kirk Cousins, so let me just stick to the facts. Kirk Cousins in the middle of the season setting an NFL record for fourth quarter comebacks. Kirk Cousins' fourth quarter stats are astronomical. Kirk Cousins has fewer interceptions than Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Kirk Cousins' defense is woeful statistically. Kirk Cousins' offensive line is woeful statistically. No quarterback in the last 20 plus years is getting hit more than Kirk Cousins. Yet Kirk Cousins is 12-3. His wide receiver is on pace to break Megatron's record. Justin Jefferson is an excellent player. So is Devontae Adams the last couple of years when the MVP was handed to Aaron Rodgers like it was no big deal. I am not here for this prejudice against Kirk Cousins that has existed, and it is in our systems and our blood as football media people, and it comes from a lot of things. The corniness of his personality, the size of his paychecks, years old losses that he suffered on prime time, even in different organizations and different eras and different head coaches. Turning Kirk Cousins now with fresh eyes on a Sunday, and make sure it's in the fourth quarter when quarterbacks really show who they are. You will not see a quarterback playing better in the entire NFL this year in the biggest moments. The stats bore it out, the eye test bears it out, and there's still no love for him. I apologize for nothing. Kirk Cousins is excellent. I believe in him in the playoffs, and I will not stop believing him. I wish some other people would start. Let's go. Well said. Let's go. Okay.
What's going on, YouTube world, all my fellow football fans, just everyone out there in general, man. Hope you guys all had an outstanding holiday. And what do you think of that discussion there, right? Is Kirk Cousins being snubbed when it comes to MVP talks? Has he had an MVP-like season, in your opinion? I mean, it's been wild what the Minnesota Vikings have done out there. I mean, it really sticks in my craw as a Bills fan, man. Like, I'm content with where we're at, controlling our own destiny with that number one seed leading into the playoffs. But that loss to the Vikings was like, oh, man, like, so frustrating, so irritating. Since the Bills have been good, I haven't really flipped out during a game, in quite some time up until that game. You know what I'm saying? Where a game is really like a coronary, apologies, y'all may be coming on. That was the first game that I really lost it in the longest time. You know what I mean? But Kirk and Jefferson, wow, man, like, them dudes have really been on the same page, been doing it up, doing it big all year. And it was funny, too. The gentleman breaking it all down there, he says his corniness and personality, like, people hate Kirk Cousins, the person, the ish he says, the way he acts. You like that, huh? All that BS and fluffery. I feel that I really don't care for that individual myself. I feel like he is a bit of a prick, to say the least, to put it lightly. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Is he like an MVP level player this year? I want to know everyone's thoughts below. I mean, I'll just throw it out there. Period. The Pro Bowl. We been know the Pro Bowl has become a joke, right? No one tunes into it. No one gives a fuck about it. They try to do different things and give money prizes and stuff like that or whatever, change certain things to get the players to care more about it. No one gives a damn. As stupid as hell, it's a week before the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's just whack, but that's something we've all known. But when it comes to MVP and Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, like those different awards, right? Comeback Player of the Year and things to that effect. Do you guys feel that those honors have lost their meaning as well? You know what I mean? Is that whack to you too? Do not give a fuck about that neither. I just don't understand where and why it all went so bad when it comes to the Pro Bowl and just different awards and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I was young and coming up, it was everything. It meant everything, but times have changed. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, you can't deny that Kirk has really been on one this year. We see where they sit as far as in the standings. Fourth quarter stats, you heard him. I mean, when it comes to a quarterback, that's everything. How do you go out there and finish the game out? How do you come through when it's clutch time, when it's crunch time? And also, what he was saying about Kirk getting hit, I tell you, man, this dude really, really, I've watched him. Again, for those who've been following the channel too, you guys know I haven't stayed up on the NFL the way I've wanted to this season, but I know enough to know what's going on. But I mean, in the film that I have watched of Kirk Cousins, like he really is standing there in the pocket, taking big hits and just staying focused. Like it's been rather impressive. So jump in the comments. Does Kirk Cousins deserve to be in the MVP discussions? Do you think there is a bias towards him? Is it because people just think he's a jerk? What is your thoughts? Leave it all below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to if you're new over here on J Coffee Talk, where we talk music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more all day, every day. And then something else real quick I wanted to get into before I close this video out, NFL football related. We got to talk about Brady and the Buccaneers, right? Comment if anyone watched that game last night. They sneak out a W in overtime against the Cardinals. Two just bad teams. Cardinals got injuries. There's guys in there at quarterback now, obviously, with Murray being out after getting that big paycheck. He got hurt and everything like that. A lot of people was like, "Yo, Murray, you should have played in the MLB." I don't know. Share your thoughts on Kyler Murray, but then the backup got hurt. Like, I don't even know who some of these cats are out there suiting up at us, the signal caller position for the Cardinals. And, Brady and the Buccaneers have just been bad. Bad. The offense can't really do ish. It's like, you know what I mean? But even leading into this game, they were 6-8 and sat at first place, fourth seed in the NFC playoff picture in the standings because they're first in that NFC South. Like, it's just a bad division. So it's like, even when Brady is bad and the team is bad, it's just all bad. They're first place, so they're gonna punch that ticket to the playoffs, and they end up squeezing out a win in overtime. Is crazy. But it's like, I'm just curious to know what everyone thinks about that. For one, do you think Brady will continue to play beyond this year? And if he does, where do you think he will go? I was telling someone earlier, I was hearing discussions of Brady going back to New England. I don't know, man. But I guess at this point, it's really all speculation. Is there any real reports verified out there, anything regarding Brady? But guys, peep this, right? Like, the way we just broke down Aaron Rodgers, it's been an ugly season for him. He gets that Christmas win. Everything went the Packers' way. They're still alive in the playoff hunt. You just kind of think, man, Rodgers, it was looking all bad for this guy. This guy's a hell of a player. This is what he does. Playoff pushes, runs for the Super Bowl, etc. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's been a bad season, here we are, kind of almost metaphorical of what a quarterback can do when it's crunch time in the fourth quarter. It's like the fourth quarter of the season right now, and you're just kind of like, could it be time for Rodgers? Like, could he do it again? Does he got some magic left? And like, you look at Brady, and obviously we know it's kind of makes me wonder, guys, like, remember his first year with the Buccaneers. They weren't even looking good. They were a team that like just snuck into the playoffs. They didn't win the division. I really, people got on me because I was saying I thought that they would get eliminated and whatnot. And that's my bad. I talked my ish and they won. I had to eat those words or whatever. But they're really, they're really bad this year. Like, they are not a powerhouse. I don't know. They suck, if you ask me. Let me know if you agree. But what do y'all think? Is there some kind of chance out there that Brady gets it together for a playoff run? Could it happen? I don't know. I don't want to see it happen, but I'm just saying here, before I close this video out, at this point in the season, seeing Aaron Rodgers and Brady being in, like, they were gonna possibly make it to the playoffs, both of them. Brady more than Rodgers. Tampa Bay's getting in for sure, I believe. But Green Bay, I hope they do. Shout out to you, Mr. Brenneman. They got to win some games and whatnot. But I don't know. Like, these dudes are winners. And just to see them still alive at this point in time, it's just interesting. So comment with your take and thoughts on all that as well. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.